we're going to start in Tadasana, so mountain pose. Let's just get our bearings straight here. We'll center ourselves for today's practice with a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And maybe on this third breath, we allow the muscles in our faces to relax, allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears, the jaw to relax. And from the ground up, we'll do a quick body scan, feeling our feet grounded underneath our hips, all four corners of the feet touching, flowing upwards through the lower half of the body, just noting all of the sensations in our bodies, where we may have comfort or discomfort, lightness or heaviness. Taking note of each sensation. And continuing up through the pelvis and the hips, into the abdomen, the lower back, upper back, chest, into the shoulders, down each of the arms, through the fingertips, through the neck, and then bringing our attention into the face and the head. And just getting a sense of the mood of the body today, the energy that might be running through. And perhaps setting an intention for today's practice. On the inhale, bringing in new energy and interest and excitement for the practice. Maybe some curiosity of what I might throw at you. And on each exhale, we'll just let go of any expectation, judgment, or competition. And stepping out wide on our mats. We're just going to do a nice gentle warm-up, tapping each of the feet into a lateral lunge. So opposite hand to opposite foot. Slowly and gently, as vigorously as you are warmed up to be. We're slowly warming our bodies up here. Like I said, each dynamic movement and hold will be about a minute. Starting to connect our rhythm with our breath. Maybe inhaling and on the rise, exhaling, tap down. 15 more seconds here. 5. Good, and coming back up to standing, we'll do some jumping jacks with our arms in cactus, nice and gentle, or you're welcome to just bounce. So, coming into a jumping jack or bouncing, whatever works for you today. Keeping our abs nice and tight. Ensuring that we're still breathing. Just trying to shake up our energy today. Just 20 more seconds. 15. 10 more seconds. Keeping our breath steady. 3, 2, staying out wide, coming down into goddess, catching our breaths here, tucking our glutes underneath our hips, steadying our rhythm of heart. And again, just feeling any sensations running through the body. being aware of any energy that might be rushing through. Rhythm of our hearts. We'll hold this for 20 more seconds. Three, two, come into a 5-point star on the inhale. On the exhale, we'll sink down, drawing those shoulder blades together along the spine. And again, finding our own rhythm here, moving to the breath. And now scooping down, sunflowers, inhale, rising up. Exhale, scooping, tapping our hands on the mat, hinging at the hips. Again, allowing the rhythm to follow the movement of the body. Five more seconds. And we'll hold this here, placing our hands in front of us, straightening out our legs. Our first inversion, finding a comfortable position for our feet, straightening into those legs, perhaps even flattening the hands. Again, steadying our heart rate. And on the next inhale, we'll lift our right arm over top of the body, planting the left underneath our faces. Breathing air into this rotation. Expanding our rib cages left to right. Finding a gaze wherever it's comfortable, wherever we find our stability. Lowering our right hands down, replacing it where the left is, and then on the inhale, lifting our left arm up. Three more breaths. And we'll lower our left hand down to the mat, come up on our fingertips, lowering our knees down one at a time. So the format today, now that we're all warmed up, will be to do 3 sets. The first set will focus on our upper body, the second will focus on our lower body, the third will focus on our core. So we're going to come up into a plank position. We're doing a number of dynamic, plyometric plank holds and fun movements today. So the first one is going to be plank to a squat. So you're welcome to either walk in, come into a squat, or hop in. So we've got 2 options here, staying nice and low. Find what option suits you most. We're doing it for a minute. So when we're ready, look at Seuss has already got a head start there with one leg up. Here we go. Keeping just the rhythm of our breath steady. You may want to walk in and hop back. Hop in and walk back, whichever works for you. Try something. Change it up. Gentle landings, keeping ourselves nice and low. And not allowing our planks to sag. Oh, we're halfway through. Hooray! Jump. Good. 15 seconds. Doing great. 10. 5 more seconds. 1 more. Good. And kneeling down, nice and gentle, come into Vajrasana. Letting our hearts reset the rhythm of our breath, and we'll just wiggle out our wrists. We're going to do a few different plank exercises before we get back up on our feet. So let's stretch it out. Catch our heart, our breath. Take a drink of water anytime. And just making some fists. Back of the hands are together, rolling into fists. Good. Oh, heart rates are up. Excellent. All right. We're going to reset into a narrow plank hold. So, bringing our hands nice and close together. The feet are going to be wide. Here we go. So come on up. We're in this together for a whole minute. A gentle gaze of the face down towards the mat. Trying to keep our necks loose. Our abs are engaged. Torsos are parallel to the floor. Feel the dynamic tension running through the entire body. Should be equal tension in the upper body as well as the lower, driving through the balls of the feet and the hands. Feel the energy running all the way through the body. We're halfway there. Good job. Stay with it. "15 more seconds. We've got this. Taking note of how our jaws are, chins, shoulders, pressing into our shoulder blades. The scapula pushing away. 3 more seconds. Starting to shake probably. Lift those hips up. Come on down in the knees. And we'll shake the hands this time. Oh, shake them left and right. Up and down. Nice. Good. We're building the strength in those wrists. Good. We're going to hold one more time. This time, wide arms and narrow feet. So we're going to bring our arms a little bit wider than the mats. And the feet nice and narrow. At any time, you are welcome to bring the hands even wider. So start with them right at the side of the mat. Feet are together, and we're off. Pressing, trying to keep the torso parallel to the floor. Dynamic legs. Squeezing together those quadriceps as well. Breathing through it. Creating lightness in our upper bodies. We're already 20 seconds in. Right on. Drawing the navel up towards the ceiling. 30 seconds, halfway. Maybe you want to walk those hands out a little bit farther. Challenge yourself if you feel that you're up for it. We're 20 seconds away. Pressing, don't let the hips sag. 10 more seconds. Maybe you want to challenge yourselves a little bit more. Listening to our bodies. 5 more seconds. Breathing through it. And lower those knees down. Come into Vajrasana one more time. Wiggle the wrists. Wasn't as bad as I expected. Good. Wiggle, wiggle. We're going to do our down dog series now with an extended leg. So again with the hands. This is why we're doing 3 sets. The next one will be up on our legs. So deep breaths in. When we exhale, we'll press up into down dog, and then we're going to lift one leg and hold it for 1 minute. Halfway through, I'll have you bend the leg. So I'll cue you as we go. We want to keep the hips square to the floor. So no rotating of the hips, no opening, just square with a leg extension. Nice deep breaths in. Exhale, come on up. We'll lift our right legs off the floor, flexing the foot as high as you can go without rotating the hips. Keeping the hips square to the floor. Loose neck, hanging long.
pressing into the foot as if it's pressing against a wall. The toes are pointing down to the floor. Rolling that right hip down towards the floor so that we're not rotating upwards. Keeping alignment of our spines. Five more seconds here, and then we're going to bend the leg. Bending at the knee, again keeping the foot flexed, trying to lift a 90-degree leg up as if we're pressing against the ceiling this time. Hips are still square to the floor. Good job, keep going. 15 seconds left. 10, you've got this, you've got this. 5 more seconds, we're breathing through it. Building strength and stability. 2 more seconds and let it down. Good. Come on to our knees. This time let's stretch all the way into a child's pose. And wiggling the wrists, making some circles with them. Pressing against the back of the hands if that helps. And we'll reset, coming onto the other side. Deep breaths in. On the exhale, we curl our toes up and extend up into down dog. Good. Lifting that left foot off the floor, squaring the hips. Flexing the foot, toes are pointed down to the floor as if we're pressing against the wall. Loose necks. Notice any tension in the jaw. Breathing through it. Good. Bending the knee here. Pressing that foot up as if we're pressing the ceiling away. We're holding ourselves underneath the ceiling. Flexing the foot, keeping our hips squared. 15 more seconds. You did it on one side, you can do it on this side. Pressing, pressing. 5 more seconds, breathing through it. And lower down. Good job. Walk those hands out, extend back into child's pose, sinking our butts down to our heels. And we'll shift left and right here, working a little bit into the hip flexors. We have one more plank set on our hands. And we'll rotate onto our forearms. So, inhale, rising up. My favorite one. Coming into a plank with our right leg. We're going to bring our knee to our elbow, cross it over back to the elbow, extend it back. You are welcome to also lift if you'd like to work your glutes at the same time. Here we go. Outside, inside, outside, extend back. Alternating sides. Going to your speed. Breathing through it. Slowly starting to activate that Ujjayi breath, I hope. We're engaging the parasympathetic nervous system to balance out the stress we're causing. Finding our internal balance, focusing on the breath. Come on, let's go. You've got this. 15 more seconds. Let's push through. Good. 5 more seconds. Ooh, and let's let it down, sinking back. All the way into child's pose, catching our breath. And again, just pressing the back of the hands together over top of our heads. Relaxing those wrists. Let's walk the hands over to the left to get a little bit of a stretch into our right side body, elongating on the inhale. On the exhale, we'll sink down towards the ground. Drawing air in between our ribs and the vertebrae on the right side of the body. Bringing lightness into our lower backs and our neck. Inhale, walk the hands back over to the other side, all the way over to the right. Inhale, elongating the spine. Exhale, sinking down. Elongate, walk the hands back to center. Good. And we're going to pull back up into our plank position one last time, lowering down onto our left elbow. Forearm is either in front of us or straight out. We'll come into a side plank. You can scissor the feet or stack them, whatever works. Drawing those hips up to the ceiling. Pelvis is tucked forward, so we're not sagging and we're not collapsing. Pressing through the forearm, upwards through the shoulder, reaching. Done, looking good, looking good. Good job. Keeping those hips up as best as possible. Let's go for 5 more seconds. Oh, you guys are doing so good. Rolling frontward facing and over to the right side. Stacking or scissoring. Finding your gaze wherever is most stabilizing for you. Pressing up through the forearm. Trying to press yourselves away from the floor. Good job, you're doing great, halfway already. You did it on the other side, we can push through. Breathing through it, focusing on that breath. Only 20 seconds left. You may be starting to shake. This is good. Challenging our bodies today. 10 more seconds. Ha ha ha. Maintaining our presence in this moment. 3, 2, 1. Roll out. Oh, well done. Last time in child's pose. Sinking back. Embryo, this time with the arms along the sides of the body. And we can roll our foreheads left to right here. Just awakening the senses in our vagus nerve. Bringing awareness and illumination and clarity to our minds. Perhaps even focusing on our happy place. The happy place of being finished with our planks. Whee! And then we'll make our way up onto our feet for our leg sets. Drawing our arms underneath our shoulders, we'll press up slowly, grabbing a sip of water as we come up. Maybe even a towel today. Hey. Wiggle those wrists around a little bit more. Good. So we're up on our feet. And we'll place our focus on our lower bodies. So coming back into a standing forward fold. So we'll tuck up into a down dog and walk our feet to the front of our mats. Deep breaths in. Exhale. Pressing into down dog. We stay here for a moment and just shift our weight left and right, pedaling the feet. Noticing any difference in how the legs feel in lightness or tension. Perhaps we have a little bit more tension in one leg as we do in the other. Bringing our awareness to those areas. And then pressing both heels towards the mat, slowly lowering our chest, trying to press our shoulders and our upper backs towards the mat. Bending our knees, coming up on our toes, and we'll step forward into a forward fold here. And we'll just bring our hands into our elbows and shift left to right. Again, shifting the weight, drawing more energy into the lower back as well as the hamstrings. And our heads are knee long. Switching the position of our arms, very subtle. And rock again, left to right, swaying and shifting. Good. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders, neck, and head. We'll do a sequence of hollow holds. So inhale, lifting the arms all the way up, arching the lower backs. And on the exhale, we'll bring the arms towards the ears, curling around, tucking the pelvis. Inhale, lifting. We'll do 4 more. Exhale, rounding. Going to the rhythm of our breath. 2. Lowering the arms down. With our left hand on our hips, the right leg is going to come out. And then back. Out and back. We're just hinging at the hip here. Perhaps that left leg also bends. Trying to keep the feet flexed. The toe is pointing down towards the foot. Working the left glute. Working on our stability. 2 more. And we're going to work our way into a warrior 3 hold. And hold. So our left leg is bent. We're keeping our hips square to the ground. The toes are pointing down. The foot is flexed. Keeping our hands either on our hips, on our lower back, or extended out front, depending on how stable you feel. What feels most comfortable for you today. Maintaining our focus. Even bring our hands into prayer pose. Drawing our abdomen up towards the ceiling. Maybe even lowering down into that left leg. Building more strength in the left leg, stability throughout the entire body. Finding our focus. Go for 10 more seconds. Trying to lift that back leg up a little bit more. Keeping our hips square. Nice bend in the left leg. 4 more seconds. 2, 1. Oh, lower that right leg. And we'll shake it out. Great on. Good job. Wow. That felt like it lit up a little bit. We'll do the same with the other side. So hand on the right hip.
Left leg comes out and hinge. Nice and gentle to start. Just feeling the grounding in our right foot. Finding our balance. Building up our stability. Two more. Last one, and then we'll work our way into our warrior three. Good. Bending that right leg, squaring the hips, so rotating that left hip back down to the ground. Finding a focus somewhere in the room. And steadying our breath. Sinking down a little bit more into that right leg. $15 more seconds, you're doing great. Lifting that back leg. 5, 3, and lower that foot down. Hey, well done. Woo, shake it out. Wow, let's shake everything out. Whoa. Reset our breath. Good job. And we'll come down into a forward fold here. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, forward fold. Letting our hands come all the way down to the mat. Allowing our necks to lengthen. And we're going to come up on our toes. Come all the way up on our toes. You may want to walk the hands out. It's all right. We're just going to hold this here. Again, maintaining our presence in the moment while we challenge our parasympathetic and nervous systems. You may even want to shift left to right a little bit. All the way up on the toes. High, high, high. Finding our stability, grounding in our hands. Now we're going to lift the right leg off the ground, tucking it up into our butts. Perhaps you could even come onto flat hands, still up on the left toes, challenging our stability here. Maybe gazing down at the floor. Lower that right foot, come up on the toes of the right foot, and bring the left foot all the way up into the butt. Ooh-wee! Challenging, finding our stability in these difficult moments. Let's go for 15 more seconds. 10. Up on those right toes, curling that left leg in. 5 more seconds. Maintaining our presence. And lower that left foot. Oh, come down onto the heels. Walk the feet in and just hang in your forward fold here. Allowing the legs to straighten, the knees are pressing back. That feels great. Bending the knees. Coming into chair pose here. Focusing on the grounding of our feet. Taking a look down, perhaps drawing the shins back so that we can see our toes beyond our knees. Drawing the abdomen in. Noticing what's happening in our faces. And if for any reason that's just not feeling comfortable on the arms, we can bring our hands into prayer, or of course onto our hips. Let's go for 15 more seconds. those toes on the mat, just like the heels. 3 more seconds. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to step back into our crescent lunge. All the way back with our right toes behind us. Hips are forward facing, grounded in the left foot and the ball of the right foot. Good. Hands can be wrapped around our bodies here or on our hips. We're going to sink down on the exhale. Inhale, rise up. Good. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, rise up. Going to the motion and the rhythm of our breath. I always do the opposite. Three more. Dynamic tension in both legs. Should be feeling it running down the quadricep here. And we're going to hold this next one down. 90-90 legs. Hands are coming out in front of us. Drawing the shoulder blades together, tall upper bodies. Abdomen is drawn back. Stay with it. Come on, 10 more seconds. We can do this. 5, 3, and rise up. Oh, come into warrior one here. Oh, straightening both legs and pyramid. So inhale, elongating the spine, allowing the hands to fall where they will, perhaps on the thigh, on the knee, or on the shin. Wherever is comfortable. Finding our grounding. Maybe you can even elongate and hinge a little bit deeper with each exhale. Listening to our bodies. And finding our stability. Good. Bending that left front leg, drawing the right leg up to meet it. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's step back into our crescent lunge on the left leg. Coming back. You know what's coming. So bringing our hands wherever is most comfortable. Even if that's over the head, you are welcome. On the exhale, we sink down. Inhale, rising up. Going to the rhythm of our own breath. Finding the grounding in both feet, dynamic tension in both legs. And our abdomen is nice and strong. Two more. And then we'll hold this next one. Arms are out front again. 90-90 legs. Drawing the shoulder blades back. We're almost done our legs. 20 more seconds. Oh, we are so strong. We are fierce. Seconds. Warrior strong. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And come into a warrior 1 foot stance here. Hips are forward facing, elongating. Inhale. And hinge at the hips, allowing the arms to fall where they may. And perhaps on each exhale, you sink a little bit deeper, listening to the hamstrings and the calf muscle on the right leg, the ankle and the knee included. And gazing forward, we'll bend that right leg. Bring the left leg into the top of the mat to meet it. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up all the way. Hands to heart. And we'll sink down onto our butts here as gracefully as possible. I'll be using my hands. Grabbing a sip of water, we're into phase 3, abdominal focus. Yay! So we're starting in a boat, basically right where we are. So we often do this in body pump with a Russian twist, but we're going to act as if we've got a ball in our hands, and we're going to shift it left to right while we're in our boat hold. So bringing our legs up to whatever level is comfortable for you. If this is all that you feel comfortable doing today, that's fine. Alternatively, we'll shift left to right as vigorously or as calmly as you feel like doing. This is your practice. And with smiles on our faces, of course, because we love abs. Keeping our core stable and strong helps us with functionality for everything else we do in the day. Halfway already. Ooh-wee. Twenty more seconds. Doing great. 10. Everyone's speeding up a little bit, or now we slowing down. 4, 3, 2 more on each side. Last one. Oh, yes. And you can slowly lower down onto your back. Slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. And we'll draw the knees in here, tucking them in, giving them a nice little hug. And even a rock side to side if you'd like a little extra back massage. Hey. All right, so our next minute, we're going to do a hollow hold. For the first 20 seconds, we'll hold our legs hovering off the ground and our arms hovering alongside. Everybody's gonna lift, straightening our legs all the way down the mat. Lifting our shoulders off the mat, and now our feet. Here we go. Let's hold. Good. If you need to bend the knees, that's fine as well. Good, yep. And we'll stack the arms over top of our shoulders. Breathing through it. Good. Interlace the thumbs and bring the arms over top of the head. Stay with it. 10 more seconds. Breathing through it. 5, 3, 2, and tuck in. Give them a nice hug again. Oh. And then we'll elongate, reaching the arms and the legs all the way down the mat and over our heads. Arching our lower backs, drawing air into the lower back through the abdomen. Drawing the right knee into the chest and slight rotation here of the spine. Lowering that right knee over to the left side of the body. Extending the right arm and looking over that right shoulder. Looking the opposite way of your knee. Finding your stability in a spinal twist here. And perhaps you want to put your hand on top of the knee for extra depth to the stretch. You are welcome. Coming back to center. Slowly lowering that right leg back down to the mat. Drawing the left leg in and rotating over to the right side of the body, looking over the opposite shoulder. Slowing our heart rates, helping in our digestive systems here with our twist. You may feel some gurgles in the tummy. And on the next exhale, we'll come back to center. Bringing the knees above the hips, touching the knees together, and opening up the feet. Good. We're going to crunch up here. So inhale, crunching up, and lowering down. Just lifting the shoulders off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, using our breath to power us up, trying to keep those knees together. Good. Keeping the knees together. Good job, yep. Let's go 2 more. And now we'll lower the feet to the ground. And then we'll double crunch. Bringing our shoulders and our feet off the ground. Inhale, lower. Exhale on the exertion. Trying to keep those feet out to the edges of the mat. This is engaging the hip flexors as well as the abs at the same time. Good. 2 more. Happy babies you guys look like in there. Good. And curl in. Give it a nice hug. Oh, happy that's over. Shifting left to right. Give a little rock side to side. The torture is almost over. Good. The last real focus here on our abdomen is our Yogi Bicycle. So hands again are at the temples. The legs are going to extend out. We're going to inhale, draw our left knee in, touching it to the right elbow. Extend back out. Left elbow comes to right knee. Extend back out. Slow and exaggerated, trying to keep those legs extended, long, and then rotate. Going to our breath. Inhale, reset. Exhale, rotate. Good job. Slow is the new strong. Let's try for 3 more on each side. Do your best. Activate that parasympathetic nervous system. Keep us calm and present in this moment. Last one on each side. Hey, good job. Lower those legs down, reaching long with the arms and legs, arching the lower back again.
Drawing air all the way into the abdomen, expanding the lower back. Good. And we'll bring our arms down along the sides of our bodies. We'll do some hip bridges here. Just activate the glutes, open up the chest and the shoulders. So drawing the legs in 90 degrees, hip width apart. On the inhale, we lift our hips up to the sky, squeezing our glutes. And on the exhale, we lower down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, rising up, allowing the neck to open up. Chin will fall towards the chest, driving through those feet. Squeezing the glutes at the top. Strengthening our glutes to protect our lower backs. Let's do 2 more. This next one we'll hold at the top. You are welcome to clasp the hands underneath the back, walking the shoulder blades down a little bit, driving through the feet, squeezing the glutes at the top, and allowing the chin to fall towards the chest. And if you feel like challenging yourself one more step, we can lift one leg off the ground, extending it out, pressing as if we're pressing that foot against a wall. Pressing into the opposite leg for stability and strength. Switching legs when you're ready. Pressing, pressing. Keeping the hips up, squeezing that other glute. Finding stability and grounding in the anchored leg. And lower down. All the way down, curling the knees up into the chest one more time. Good hug here. Lifting the chest and the shoulders off the mat. Good effort. And opening up into happy baby here. Trying to keep the shoulder blades on the mat while pressing into the bottoms of the feet, opening up the thighs. That was very vigorous. You did amazing. Super proud. Perhaps you want to reflect on any intention you set for yourselves at the beginning of class. Bringing our feet together, placing them together over top and pressing our knees away. Butterfly those legs. Again, trying to draw the shoulders down to the mat, drawing the shoulder blades into the spine. Still maintaining our dynamic tension here throughout the body. Releasing and stacking the feet over top of the hips. Flexing the feet, toes pointing down towards the head. Just activating the lymphatic system. Wiggling the feet around, pointing and flexing, rolling at the ankles. And lowering the feet all the way down to the mat for our final resting place. Either coming into Shavasana or all the way onto our side in fetal position or even onto our bellies, whatever is most comfortable for our finish. And our final reflection here today. And we'll pick an affirmation word or sentence, empowering ourselves for the evening, the days ahead, reminding ourselves how strong, how determined, and powerful we are, that we are calm, we are loving and compassionate, we are strong. Taking a moment to repeat any affirmation you might like in your mind. And finally, with smiles on our faces, we give thanks for the opportunity to practice together, and reflecting on something somebody may have said or done to light up our hearts, to make us feel loved, supported, or appreciated. And we take that gratitude with us. And when you're ready, coming back to the sounds of the space around us, rolling ourselves up gently and coming back to reality.